Hi there, it's the great and glorious, seem to be famous one, Indy Dash, back on the camera again one more time. Hi there, how the heck's it going? I have a strange feeling you thought I'd say that, though. Alright, here we go. Got a private message. I just finished off doing the tarot show on the Nick Dutch Tarot channel. It's an 8-hour process because I've got to shoot it, I've got to convert it, edit it, render it, and upload it to 3 different sites, which is of course YouTube, plus blip.tv, and also Dailymotion now. Okay, that took 8 hours long. And anyway, I then open up my email on this particular YouTube account, and I get this. It says, "Love your videos, always refreshing to meet a realistic spiritualist. Thanks. I have a bit of a challenge for you today." Okay. Some of my favorite videos of yours target the notion that people have about there being one right way to do things. While I do agree that formal religions and the notion of a one true ritual is an absurd control mechanism. Yeah, it is. I do still think there's another side to this coin, so my challenge to you is to make a video explaining the power of having complete belief and faith in a given ritual. Well, my initial response, my initial feelings about that is there isn't anything about having, if you had complete total faith in a particular something or other of a supernaturalist nature, then that would have taken away from you the ability to reason, the ability to be rational, and you would be in a state of a literalist belief about something which you personally could not actually prove, and it would be like it will be a canon of faith that you would have, a dogma or a doctrine. Therefore I couldn't actually see anything on the surface which would be totally beneficial to having that kind of complete, total belief in, I don't know, the fact that you got to burn a yellow candle on a Tuesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon while saying the Lord's Prayer backwards and balancing on your left leg whilst picking your nose, whatever it is, you know what I mean. But belief is important. Now, what I could say is that we can all understand that through the diametric opposite, namely losing complete belief in anything. And I mean totally losing complete belief in something normal. Think about something really, really, really normal, like making a nice cup of tea, for instance. If you totally, and I mean down to each and every single cell of your mentality, so to speak, allegorically, okay, every single part of your being, lost faith in the fact that the kettle could actually boil, would you do it? Would you actually turn the kettle on? Or if you got a different belief, namely you were terrified that you would get electrocuted through using the kettle, alright, and you had a total belief about that, would you then use the kettle? Think about it. Okay, belief will affect your normal behavior, and belief does affect your normal behavior. So, if we then apply that to, let's say, a meditation exercise, or an astral projection, an attempt at an astral projection experiment, and you had completely lost all faith, and I mean all faith, that it could happen, what would your chances of success be, as opposed to someone who's got much more faith in, let's say, the astral projection exercise or meditation? Okay? I mean, you could always say that if you totally, completely lost your faith in the idea that you could walk, that could have an effect upon your ability to walk. Okay? So if we think about something like astral projection, yeah, some belief would help. But then it's a question of how you believe and when you believe. What is the optimum level, so to speak? What is the optimum balance between belief and disbelief when it comes to, by example, astral projection? The way I see it is that when you're doing the exercise, whatever it is, that's when you are the believer. And you try, and it is a bit difficult to do, but you learn to believe when you're doing something weird. Okay, you learn to believe when you're doing it. But then afterwards, you kind of teach yourself to come back to reality, come back to your more sort of agnostic way of thinking. so that you can then analyze what seems to have happened. That's, in my opinion, the best way of doing it. Now, if you had complete and utter total belief, you would be one of these people who would probably be a bit over the top, wouldn't you? You would probably be someone who would say that they could always reliably astrally project. They could always burn a candle on a Tuesday whilst reciting the Lord's Prayer backwards and balancing on one leg whilst picking their nose, and as a result of that they would completely heal any diseases that a person has got. But would they actually be able to do that? Alright? I find it intriguing that when you come across someone who uses that dreaded phrase that I hate, namely, it works. Alright? When it comes to magic in a supernatural sense. Okay. And then you say, okay, well, here's something that I'd like you to try. And I want you to get 100% reliable results. They may then turn around to you and say, it doesn't work like that. Which is fascinating, because it's only when they say it doesn't work like that that you're starting to get a bit of an understanding as to where they might be coming from. Alright? And then only through further investigation of this individual and of their experiences and of their ideas can you then come to the point of realizing that the only thing that could possibly or arguably be regarded as being reliable is that occasionally, once in a while, and as a result of certain strange things, but not consistently, not reliably, some strange experiences occur. Thus, when I'm talking about this stuff, I try and cut out the middleman. Alright, I try and cut out all of this process of thought that you would normally have to go through to arrive at this point of saying that under some strange circumstances, some strange experiences happen, by saying that under some strange circumstances which are not fully understood, but appear to be the product of certain forms of meditation, prayer, religious activity, visualization exercises, and all the rest of that stuff, that strange experiences or strange things can happen. Alright? So, if I am attempting to do something, I will be focusing on going through the actions or going through the motions of trying to achieve that thing, rather than thinking about the thing which I'm trying to achieve. And no, I won't be able to reliably create a result. But when strange stuff happens, I'm telling you the truth. Strange stuff happens.